episode 34 of SOHO Insights.
Where each week we talk about the latest products, services, and trends that help your small office, home office business be more productive, efficient, and fun.
Hello, I'm Kathy.
And I'm Jen, and this week's episode is about, well, it's actually a special edition episode.
Yes, it is.
It's our 5th year anniversary this month, and so we're going to be kicking it off with going over Mom's, who is also my business partner at Ovali. We're going over her 5 points of what Ovali has learned, good and bad, over the last 5 years. So we're going to be going over that, talking a little bit about our services, finishing up with what we're going to be talking about at our annual meeting, which is a anniversary special edition annual meeting at an undisclosed location. We were joking about it earlier.
Yes.
Undisclosed.
Could be on the boat.
Yeah, exclusive. It's supposed to be undisclosed.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What's wrong with you? So anyway, we'll finish it up with that and then talk about what we're doing for our anniversary month. So to get started, we're going off of Mom's blog, which is the Chief Decision Maker blog, and she just did a post, if you look at that, where she writes about Ovali turns 5. And so we're kind of going to go over those 5 points, but you're going to elaborate on some of them a little bit more than what you talk about on the blog.
Sure.
So we just had my son's first birthday yesterday.
Big weekend. First, it was our son, your brother, on Friday, and then yesterday was a big day for all of us.
Yeah. So I had a bunch of people over to our house, and we celebrated Kelly's first birthday. His name is Kelly James Dono. He is a boy. He was born last year on the 30th.
Yes.
And so this is also marking a year of having a baby in our small office, home office business. So it was a big deal. A lot of things happened last week, actually. This was a huge week for Ovali. It was our best week as far as client acquisition goes in forever. Not only that, but it was our best day. There's one day on Friday in particular that was our best day for client acquisition.
And we went international too.
Yeah, it was very exciting.
Pretty exciting stuff.
Yeah, so anyway, I posted on Facebook. If you are on Facebook, definitely go over and like our pages, facebook.com/OvaliCloud. And we're a family-owned, majority-owned women business that we share a lot of the behind-the-scenes stuff and some tips for your small office, home office business as far as web hosting goes, because that's what we do. We host websites, and we offer a few other cloud services. And so I posted this thank you message as a big thank you to all the people that like our page and our clients. And
we're so grateful.
Thank you for referring people to us, because
thank you for watching this. Thank you.
It's really exciting to see it growing and being all that we had envisioned for Ovali to be. 5
years is a big marker for me too. It's huge.
Very big. So let's go ahead and get started looking at Ovali services. Right now we're just looking at the home page. We have at the very bottom, if you go to ovali.com.
Before we go into the services, I just have to say,
oh my goodness,
I got this.
Yeah.
This is my baby now.
Yay.
Oh my goodness. Picture Kelly, but my son tweaked his head, so that's not nice.
So anyway, yes, with her new iPad, she's going to be looking at her notes for her stuff today. But anyway, so if you go to ovali.com and scroll down to the bottom, there's a graphic where it talks about the different services we offer. So we're going to go over all of those really quickly, because these services are what we've used in the last year to grow our company 2 times over. So we've been able to work from our own home offices. We have one small office, and we have a completely virtual team. So these are the ones that we use.
It's what we use every day.
So VoIP Business Phone is the first one up. And that's basically telephone over the internet, and we use our Bria apps
servers,
on our smartphone and our iPads. And my iPad almost acts. We have a Polycom phone in the office. But
actually, I have, and we now both have Bria on our
and we'll include the link for that over on ovali.tv, where we post these videos, our SOHO Insight videos.
Yes, you use Bria a lot.
Yeah, so I have Bria on my iPad that it actually sits to the right of my computer in my home office, so it acts almost as if I had a $100 Polycom phone.
Yes, and I have my Polycom phone.
Yeah, so it's pretty insane. The VoIP Business Phone, we're also, you can purchase this as a set-alone package on ovali.com, or you can get it bundled in our Premier Plus package. So definitely check that out, because it saves you a lot of money and also saves you time and energy as far as taking phone calls go.
And budget-wise, it's the best thing that we could have invested in right now.
Yeah. So the second one is web conferencing. And this one we've just kind of upgraded and we're testing out a few different things, but it's audio visual.
You use it every week.
I do. We have I'll talk about that in a second, but we have support events. And so we have up to six video cams. So you can have face-to-face stuff. You can do
this is the way of the future.
Screen sharing, you can do, other people can screen share, you can do a presentation, or you can do a lecture. I mean, there's so many different options for it.
Things.
And that's one of the ways that we've been able to scale our business and still offer good support to our clients. And also it's a way that we're able to do meetings as a virtual team. So the next one is business class email. And this is a big deal because I go to these classes where they teach you how to keep your inbox organized. And it's always irritating because they always say, oh, add this little plugin to go here, add in Dropbox to go here, add in this, add in that.
Really
and you're just
simple.
like, no, that's more stressful than just trying to manage your inbox.
One of the things I've been learning to use too in our enhanced email is the tasks, because you can assign tasks to all of your people in your team too, and I've been assigning a lot of tasks.
My big thing is the meeting appointment taking. I do those like crazy. Anytime I have an appointment set with anyone, I'm a mom. Like I said, my son turned a year old, and sometimes my brain doesn't always function as the way I was hoping it would be. So I always make sure that we're both still on the same page as to what time we're supposed to be meeting by sending a confirmation. There's InfoStore, a lot of ways that you can collaborate with the team.
Our clients are really liking it.
Yeah, so that's really nice for us. And the last one, of course, is our bread and butter and what we do, what we have been doing for the last 5 years, and that's web hosting. We do shared hosting, and we use the Parallels Plus control panel, and it's something that you've used for 12 years now.
I love Parallels and Plesk.
Yeah, so before we had Ovalai, we had MainStreetMusic.com, which offered music downloads, and so they had servers using the Plesk Parallels control panel still then, and so we continue to do so today as our own hosting company. So anyway, that was just a quick look of how we've been able to operate our business for the last, these services we've been using exclusively for the last year. And that's really when our business has been able to do very well, because we're just organized and we function well as a team.
We had to try each one of these services for a while before we gave them to our clients.
Oh yeah, we just started offering these the more developed cloud services to our clients in January.
Because we had to try them out, and we're still having a great time finding new little things going on with.
Well, yeah, there's always new advances and different things that we offer, so it's exciting. So as we look on, the last piece that I wanted to share about our company is, there's two things. We have events, which is, I have a screenshot of it. We have a calendar in August, and I'd love for you to check it out. It's over at ovalai.com if you click on support and then events. I've got 3 new events. We have every week a WordPress support group, which happens Fridays at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time.
You need to tune into that.
Yeah, it's using Ovalai web conferencing, and it's more of a discussion. So if you already use WordPress or you're just new to it, there's always something to be learned there.
And you meet new people,
and you can show, I have a graphic of what it looks like to RSVP on it. The RSVP process is really simple, and it's more of a one-on-one basis when you're doing it, so I'll give you an email later on about that. So then the next 3 events we have is a Control Panel 101, how to hold your own online meetings, because you get free access to our online meeting space, by the way, if you host with Ovalai, which is huge. And then the last one is
that more often.
Build a site in hours with Site Builder, because that's one of the things that we did with small businesses do it better, was an example site with that, which we literally built in a couple hours. So the last piece,
I like how you said we built it.
I built it in a couple hours. So the last one is our manifesto page. And this is something that we'll talk about once Mom talks about her 5 points of what we're going to be going over in our meeting. And we've based our company off of offering innovative solutions, customer service, and quality results. And then the last piece is how we work. Yeah, how we work and grow our business by what we value, which is family, health, knowledge, and fun. And I feel like you can get a lot of that out of our SOHO Insight show, out of our blogs.
The fun part, for sure.
For sure. So anyway, that was a quick overview of what Ovalai is, and hopefully you can take a little bit out of that and figure out how you could put some of those blocks into your own small office, home office business.
Yes.
But as far as other things, more of business aligned, what are the things that you wanted to share? Your first point. You had 5 points. If you go to kathyknelson.com, you can read Mom's Chief Decision Maker blog.
Look at my iPad here. You know, I've only had it for a couple days, actually.
Okay, but focus on
all
your number.
Okay. So Ovali turns 5 this month in August, and it's a huge turning point for me because we've been working so darn hard in providing our clients great services and finding our niche, basically. And so the first point I want to say throughout this that I've learned in this 5 years that Ovali's been in business is to choose a good support team. I think I was trying to figure out which one was number one, and I would say that one is number one because, for one thing, I'm working with my daughter and my husband. And I think that is the most important for me because she's young, exciting, and she knows a lot of the new stuff that's going on. Social media is big.
Okay, so you can't say young and that kind of thing
but
because you don't have. It doesn't have to be age specific, but just having a balanced strength and weakness type of a thing. With
but I'm very grateful that you're young and
But you brought
happening.
up the point too of making sure that you have the same work ethic and values too,
definitely.
even though you have different strengths and weaknesses.
You have to have the lifestyle because she works very late, so does Tracy. I don't work as late as they do some days. But they definitely have great work ethics.
Yeah. So
and
your second
you need
point?
That. Wait a minute. Did I finish that? Oh, and the team. You know, we have a virtual team. We have Carissa, who we love, and we met her, and I wrote it down in the blog. We met her at a Twitter class that Jen put on. And then all of our designers and developers, everybody.
Affiliates.
Yes. We just love all of them. And it's taken time to find these people, too. So, okay, number 2. To set goals. Setting goals makes you go to 5 years, if you ask me, because if you don't have any goals, how are you going to keep going? Each year we sit down, the 3 of us, and we plan what we're going to do for that year, the goals, and then every month Jen and I and Tracy go over what we're going to do to help us get to those goals, and then Jen and I basically go every week over everything that we need to get to those goals. So I think it just
then we have daily check-ins and everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
It's a lot, but it's important.
Very. Okay.
So the third one?
Patience.
Goes along with the goals.
It was almost number 1, but it's number 3. Patience is a hard one for me because last year especially, we did all these the cloud services. Well, a lot of hosting companies haven't even put the cloud out there yet. And I wanted
the additional services
besides the hosting. So I wanted to be one of the first ones to get out there. I don't know if I am or not, but it was a big deal to me, and it was hard because you have to learn all of those things too, and it takes time. So patience was huge for me this year especially.
Well, patience and just being able to offer and put everything out that you want to put out, but also in having people respond back to you and purchasing your services and things like that.
And then the partner saying, hey, are you getting moving? Are you doing all these things?
Yeah, so then the last piece though with that, you can say on the same side with patience is just having a thick skin because, I mean, sometimes you sit back and you see everyone else choosing or, picking other people and you're just like, why aren't you picking me?
No.
So it's nice to have a thick skin that'll last you out through the 5 years, and then finally people really see you for what you're worth, whatever. I noticed in the Crave Company, who's one of our hosting clients, the Crave Company talks about how Melody said you hit a nerve.
Yes.
And for whatever reason, it took us a while, but I feel like finally we've hit a nerve. We've got the right niche, offering the right services, and things are really going well for us right now.
Definitely. Okay.
So the next point?
She just showed a picture of grandson.
Okay. So next point, stay focused.
Okay,
My goodness.
Number 4 is choices. Choices. I mean, the 5 points that are big for me. The choices every day.
Because you're a decision maker.
Yes, well, true.
That's your
and I've already done a blog on decisions. But choices you make every single day in what you do in your business. You have to be accountable and present. No matter what choices you make, you have to deal with them. And also, I mean, if you choose, because we have a home office lifestyle, You could choose to go somewhere else during those business hours, but you have to choose to be accountable and present.
Yeah. I liked it when we were talking about the choices point, and I was saying, well, it's nice in a business to say you're ultimately responsible for what we do in the business as a CEO is supposed to be. And so we've really hit it home with Mom that that's her decision is the last decision that we think of. And I think that was important that we assign that to you for that
so
reason.
You can rag on
But yeah, one of the biggest things is just so we can blame Mom if something goes wrong.
Yes, and it's a big deal when I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Yes.
So anyway, the last point was important too.
Yes, define success. Like I
What
said,
do you mean by
number
define
5.
success?
Well, when I wake up every morning, I love what I do. And the reason why I love it is because I want to do the things I do every day with working with my husband and with Jen and being at my home office. I think that has a lot to do with why I love what I do.
I mean, yeah, being able to work from home, having a flexible lifestyle, and things like that. Yeah, that's important because if you focus solely on dollar amounts,
and we're virtual too, so
you miss out on how it is that you're building your company out. And I feel like we've made a conscious decision from the very beginning with our, as you saw in our manifesto, that there's family, health, knowledge, and what was the last one? Fun. Yeah, and so we've kind of built it out around that point and making sure that we're able to provide that virtual
and that
team
manifesto
option.
is very, because every day too we all try and be healthy, and because you've got to sustain this business. So
yeah, it's all about choices.
Yes, choices, yes,
healthy choices.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so those were Mom's 5 points. At our annual meeting, we'll be talking, I'm sure, more about these 5 points and looking back on what else has worked and what hasn't worked. But one of the big things that we're going to be doing is going over our 5 points to do less of, 5 things to do more of, and 5 things to do new things to do.
on our whiteboard in our office.
Yeah, we do this all the time,
yes.
though probably more on a monthly basis, and we'll finish it up with more of a yearly thing. And I know that we've talked about it in SOHO Insights before, but I'll include a link over at ovaleye.tv about the article that I read where we got that idea over a year ago, and we've been doing it consistently ever since. The hedgehog concept is a different one, and that's that book was...
Wait, what is it? Technical
director, producer of SOHO Insights. What was the book called?
Made to Stick?
No.
Good to Great.
Good to Great.
Yes.
So Ovaleye, our big thing, is knowledge, and so we have an Audible subscription, all of us, and so we read books. I think our assigned book right now is the Thank You Economy by Gary Vaynerchuk, and so that's the one that I'm going to begin reading this week. I just finished up Ivanka Trump's book for our last SOHO Insights. But anyway, Good to Great was a book that we read last year, and so we did the hedgehog concept, and I think we'll be revisiting that again.
And we recommend using
And I'll include the link again over at ovaleye.tv with
that.
the review that my dad did, who's also our technical director, who's also our book reviewer. So that's one thing that we'll do. We'll also revisit the company handbook and our manifesto to make sure that everything's going well as far as policies go and how it is that we're living out our mission, which we'll be looking over, our business plan, making sure that we're staying focused on our mission and our vision and things that are bigger
that's
goals.
why I have her. Isn't it wonderful?
And the last piece that we're going to be looking at is numbers, of course, making sure that our projections are happening, different things are moving and shaking, that type of stuff.
And those, top 5 numbers are a big thing.
You did not put that on your top 5.
There were a couple that I wondered about, but these every single day I use. The numbers, are important too.
Yeah, so that's kind of what will be happening at our meeting. And maybe we'll share some insights on it at your blog as to what happened and what went down. And then, of course, August is our big anniversary. 5 years. And so we're finishing up our virtual road trip. And we have 8 more states left to go through. And this whole thing has been a big behind-the-scenes piece where we're tooling things for putting things together for our Small Businesses Do It Better campaign, which starts August 9th. And this was based off of our virtual road trip where we saw that we run our business out of Duval, Washington, which is a small town. Of course, our servers are in Seattle.
I do recommend this virtual trip because I've gotten people from those states coming to my Twitter account too.
Yeah, it's big though because you're able to look at things instead of looking at it with a big net, just as far as more of a microscope. It's amazing. So anyway, we're doing Small Businesses Do It Better starting August 9th, and leading up to that for the 8 states, we're going to be giving away all sorts of fun stuff to those individual states. But also, we just finished the workathomwoman.com doing a giveaway on her blog. And so now we're doing 50% off for that. So you have to look at...
Did you do a video? You did, right?
I did a video. So you'll have to look at ovaleye.tv and find the link for it.
This is a good
time. And you
time.
can get half off through Friday, August 5th at midnight.
Save money. Get that half off. It's great.
Yeah, and how awesome would that be? Start a new project and uses as some motivation.
We love Holly Hunt.
Yeah, so check out her blog at theworkathomwoman.com.
Okay.
So that was all I had to say.
All right, so another milestone and exciting thing for me is I'm going on vacation with the technical guy here. We're going on our boat and taking this, of course, and my iPhone, and so we'll be connected to Ovaleye, and Jen will be in the office. So hopefully, we don't usually tell you people.
We always wonder whether or not we should tell you, because if we're on vacation, it doesn't matter. We can still run the business as if we were here in the office, and so we don't usually tell you guys if we're leaving.
But I'm going to be sending Jen some photos, or I can post them myself too, of where we're going. And San Juan's are some of the prettiest places. I mean, it's just the prettiest place on earth, if you ask me. So, this is Kathy and Jen. On our anniversary month. I'm very excited.
Special edition.
Yes, special 5 years. It's so exciting. With ovaleye.com, thank you so much for tuning in to SOHO Insights. See you next week.